Good morning. Today on Spotlight, we'll kick off Black History Month 2024 with a look at what's being offered this month and beyond to the public at Detroit's Charles H. Wright Museum of African American History. There's a smorgasbord of exhibitions and events for you to choose from. We'll click in with Dr. Kelly Morgan, the museum's senior curator. And later on our Sunday morning program, in conjunction with American Heart Month, we'll look at how heart disease continues to be the leading cause of preventable deaths among women. Dr. Annabelle Vman of Rush University Medical Center in Chicago will join us. It's Sunday, February the 4th. I'm Chuck Stokes, and this is Spotlight. Kelly Morgan, thanks so much for joining us today on Spotlight and helping us to kick off a very, very important month, Black History Month. And what better place to go than the Charles H. Wright Museum of African American History. You're doing okay?
Absolutely, Chuck. Thanks for having me.
Well, it's our pleasure. I know that your job is busy all the time, but I would imagine that when February rolls around, you guys kick into extra Starbucks coffee or something to get ready for all the people that are going to be coming down there to take advantage of Black History Month and all the exhibits.
Yeah, absolutely. We kick into high gear. This February, is much like all of the others, right? Where there are plenty of exhibitions and plenty of programming. There's things happening pretty much once, twice a week, throughout the month.
Sure, absolutely. I'll get to some of the permanent exhibits in a little bit, but you've got some new stuff coming up, so if people who maybe have been to the Wright before but haven't been recently, and they want to take advantage of the fact that it's Black History Month, what are they going to see? What's offered to them?
Oh, we have two fabulous exhibitions opening actually tomorrow. Adrian Waheed, The Audacity to Thrive, and John Dial, Paths to Freedom. Waheed is a really well-known photo editor and visual artist. This is her first museum show, so we're super excited. And she's really done work in street photography, so just really capturing the essence of Black life, right? And all of its beauty and all of its complications. I think people are really going to resonate, with them. The photos are really bright and vibrant. It really demonstrates what we see in ourselves, in our homes, in our communities every day.
And is this, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, and John's work is, I think, so fantastic. John is older photographer based in Philadelphia. And he is asking us through this work to consider cotton as a witness, right? So looking at slavery from cotton's vantage point and what cotton can tell us about our ancestors' strive for freedom.
That's got to be fascinating because I didn't know cotton talked. but obviously you put it together in a way where it's creative and suggestive, and that should be fascinating to do. It's a walk-around exhibit, and a lot of reading involved, or visuals, videos, or what?
Yeah, not really. Adrian's show is more of an experiential thing. And so there are, gallery didactics to kind of set you, to kind of orient you. But John's piece is really great because there's a lot of sound and there's an installation piece, so there's actually like a physical interactive, where you can actually walk through the paths, because he's trying to get us again to imagine what the path of freedom looks like, for self-emancipating individuals. And so there's a installation of panels, that one can walk through, right, to kind of put yourself back in that space. Like, what would it feel like? What would you do, if you were pursuing freedom under the cover of night in, 1853?
Sure. You also have an exhibit up that has been up for a little while, and I assume it's going to stay up at least through February, and that's the Ruth Carter exhibition, who of course has Oscars up under her name, and the young people will know her because of Black Panther and Wakanda. Us older folks will go back to Spike Lee's Doing the Right Thing.
Yeah, that's the one thing, Tuck, that I like love about that show. Everyone is definitely drawn. You hear out in the community all the time, like, oh, the right has the Wakanda show, the right has the Black Panther show. But what has been so special for me, as a young Gen X or old millennial, I'm kind of on that, that sort of cusp,
Uh-huh.
um, is when those of our generation, my generation, your generation come in, right? And they're expecting Black Panther, so that's great. And they have that moment. And then they go further and they see themselves or they remember their time in college when they see the school days costumes, the I'm gonna get you sucker costumes, and the do the right thing costumes, because I think that's something that they aren't always expecting,
Hmm.
right? So as much as their children are kind of having a moment, right, around Black Panther, it's wonderful to see them have a moment about their younger selves.
Right, absolutely. And of course, Ruth Carter has a nice connection to city of Detroit as well, so it makes it even more real.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a quick little break. We'll come right back, and I want to talk to you, one, about the permanent exhibits that people can see all the time, but also what it takes to be a curator and what goes into your mind when you help put these exhibitions together. We'll be right back with Kelly Morgan right after this. Welcome back to Spotlight, talking to Kelly Morgan, Dr. Kelly Morgan. She well educated at the University of Massachusetts Amherst with her PhD in African American Studies. You have a couple permanent exhibits that people who've come down to the Wright Museum frequently have certainly seen, but there are people who haven't been there, and that's Still We Rise and the Judge Damon
Yes.
Keith, the late Judge Damon Keith, all about his life. Talk a little bit about those exhibits and why those are so important that you keep them year round as permanent exhibits.
Yeah, I think, in the spirit, of Black History Month, for Carter G. Woodson's, investment, in history. Also, for Dr. Wright's, investment in history, it was really important to have that and Still We Rise exhibition standing. It's a legacy, right, of sorts, that represents how I think we are a manifestation of our ancestors' resilience, right? But then we're also, the continuation of those traditions. And, something that, our director, Neil Barclay, is absolutely, adamant about, is centering Detroit, in those legacies. How does Detroit, become or stay sort of maintain itself, right, as emblematic to a more national history, and a more national story. And so we're updating, the core with this really great exhibition on the late Honorable Damon J. Keith. And that piece, really looks at Keith's life, his life as a human being, his life as a judge, his life as a husband and a family man, as well as just his belovedness to the Detroit community. So we look at the Soul Food Luncheon and the Freedom Fund dinner, and all the things that he did, right? Just also as a regular person, his relationship with Mayor Young, to really, again, highlight and illuminate the way that, one person, can make a difference. And if you dedicate yourself, right, to the betterment or the advancement of Black people, that you can have such an impact, not just nationally or locally, but globally.
Right. Well, certainly he was a legend, a civil rights legend and legal legend, not just in this town, but across the nation, and was known and revered and had his handprint on so many different things that are important to our society and where we are today. You also have some special stuff coming up. You have something called Second Sunday. You have Sunday Films. You also have an Artist Talk series. I think Benjamin Crump, the civil rights lawyer, is going to be coming there. I think in March, Nikki Giovanni is going to be coming. Why is it so important to have all these different type of things that help to draw people in and fit the various schedules that we have out there?
Well, one, I think because, again, the right has always been a participatory space, right? So, the community has always had a stake. And when you extend, an organization's reach in that way, it's great to be able to meet people where they are, right? And to meet visitors where they are. So some people will do the self-guided thing and, just kind of come in and go through and come out. With Neil's curation of the right conversation, so that's the, bringing Crump, bringing Nikki Giovanni, bringing those figures. It gives people more of a chance to, participate in the conversations, right, that we're having, again, like I said, nationally and globally. And you want a variety of things, that people can tap into because people have different, learning, right, capacities. People have different interests. So you have visual learners, you have people who are auditory learners, you have people who like to participate. So we like to offer these different types of events and experiences for our audience broadly.
Yeah. One thing that I think is probably important to emphasize, and I'll give you the last word on it, is that oftentimes when people hear Black History Month, they think, oh, this is just for African Americans. But Black History Month is not just for African Americans. It's an entree so that people of all walks and all colors can find out more about the culture and the life experience of African Americans, past, present, and future. And I'm always amazed when I come down there and refreshed, especially when I walk in the bookstore, which has wonderful items there that you can purchase, is that I'm always seeing a very integrated crowd. And so people need to understand that you can come from any background in there and experience this in a very comfortable setting.
Yeah, exactly. I think, African American struggles, our experiences, our work in this country has made a path for everyone. Like the Black feminist, philosophy is like if you take care of the margins, you can take care of the center because it, goes from the outside in. And I think about, Black men's, work on the railroads, like they were working with the Chinese in that time, right? Bacon's Rebellion that happens in the 18th century. It's European immigrants, enslaved Africans and African Americans, working together toward freedom. So it's always been a collective, Chuck, right? I think the sort of meta narratives, to keep us silo, like breaks it down, in what I like to call bullet point history. Which removes the context.
Right.
But it has always been, a diverse experience, and a diverse history. I like to tell my students all the time that history is a myriad of things happening at once, right? Not one thing happening and then this next thing happening, and we have to figure out a way to distill it. And I think the right is a really great place, where people can come and get that distillation in a digestible and an understandable and entertaining way.
Well, you put it eloquently, and we're just so pleased that the Wright Museum is in our city. It has a wonderful history all across this nation, and you can go to almost any city and people know about the Wright Museum, or if they haven't been to Detroit, it's one of the things on their bucket list that they want to do before they leave the city of Detroit, and we certainly hope that they do. Best of luck with Black History Month there and beyond Black History Month, and we appreciate you coming in and sharing your knowledge and your expertise, and we'll get down there real soon.
Yes, please do. Thank you, Chuck. Have a great day.
Thank you so much. And when Spotlight returns, we'll turn our attention to women and heart attacks and why they have them at a much higher rate than men. We'll be right back. Stay with us. And welcome back to Spotlight. Joining me now from Chicago, Illinois is Dr. Annabelle Vman. She is a member of the Women's Heart Alliance Scientific Advisory Board, and she is also a professor and physician at Rush University Medical Center. Thank you for joining us, Dr. Vman. You're doing okay?
Yes, thank you so much, Chuck, and thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure. Let me start at the beginning. Dr. Vman, what is the Women's Heart Alliance?
The Women's Heart Alliance started as a result of people not knowing that heart disease is the #1 killer of American women. And we want to increase the awareness and increase the research in women and heart disease, because so many women are dying of heart disease. It's the #1 killer of American women, and a lot of people don't know that. Doctors don't know that, and nurses don't know that, and people don't know that. So we want to just increase the awareness about it, because I think men take it seriously, but women don't think of heart disease as their health issue. So
Right.
the Women's Heart Alliance is helping all of that.
Well,
Um,
Well, you've certainly increased awareness and you're increasing education and knowledge about it. When I look down the list of some of the people involved with that organization, a lot of well-trained and high-powered physicians, but you also have a little Hollywood in there. You got Barbara Streisand
I
affiliated with
know.
that. How is she affiliated with it? And certainly that's probably helped in terms of increasing awareness.
Definitely. Dr. Barry Mers from Cedars-Sinai basically contacted several high-powered women to help us with this campaign. And she reached out to several women, and Barbara Streisand was the one who answered. And she's donated millions towards Cedars-Sinai Heart Center for Women, and also to this campaign. And when you give a voice to certain women, it really helps to increase awareness. So thank you to Ms. Streisand for helping with this cause.
Sure. This is American Heart Month, so we're trying to increase knowledge, particularly throughout this month. You have a new PSA that's just been released. Tell us a little bit about that, and I assume that's going nationwide?
Absolutely. So if your audience goes to getheartchecked.org or womensheartalliance.org, they can watch the PSA, and please send it to all your friends and family so that everyone can let people be aware that heart disease is the #1 killer of men and women. And we want women to understand what symptoms that are more common in women and when they present with a heart attack. Women present with a heart attack a little bit different. We all complain of chest sensation. They don't usually use the word pain, which gets them into trouble. So if you don't use the word chest pain, you don't get immediately into the emergency room, get an EKG, get the troponins. So women should say chest pain when they're having any sensation in their chest that feels very different, and it's staying for a while, for a few minutes. They call 911 and say, I'm having a heart attack, and then they will get listened to. Some women will complain of jaw pain or ear pain, throat pain, and they complain of fatigue or nausea, but they need to say, I'm having chest pain and I need an EKG and troponins, and then they will be taken care of. That will rule out a heart attack. If they're not having a heart attack, those two things will tell us.
So clearly, signs for women are different than men, and women need to recognize this and be aware of this so that they can take action when they're having some of the signs that you just talked about. We're going to take a real quick break. We'll come right back with some more questions right after this. Dr. Vogman, we know from statistics, from what we've been reading, that heart disease kills women every 80 seconds, but twice the rate of men. Why is that?
So when a woman presents with a heart attack, they have a lot of them will not even go to the emergency room right away because they don't think of heart disease. So that's why we want people to think of heart attack as a big issue for women, because when they do present to the emergency room, they have twice the risk of dying from that heart attack as men, because they present later and they're not getting diagnosed well. They're misdiagnosed and they're treated less poorly. And especially African American women, they have a much higher risk when they present with a heart attack. They're not being listened to, they're being dismissed. So we need to really teach everyone about heart disease in women. And it's not just for the old people, because young women can also have heart attacks. Pregnant women who present with heart attack symptoms, they might think it's indigestion, but if they're having severe chest pain or some sensation in their chest and they're pregnant, it could be a very rare diagnosis called the spontaneous coronary artery dissection. So they need to be attended to, and a lot of these women just go home and they can die from this. So we really need to alert people to this. African American women who are pregnant have a much higher risk of dying from that pregnancy than other races. So we really need to spread the word about that as well.
Does stress and diet play a major role in this, and is that different for women than it is for men?
So I'm going to answer your question. Yes, stress and diet definitely play a role. Women tend to deposit their fats in a different way that increases the risk of what we call cardiometabolic syndrome, that increases their risk of heart disease. So obesity definitely leads to changes in the blood pressure. They can have sleep apnea, they can have high cholesterol, that they can get diabetes, that can all cause heart attacks and strokes.
Doctor, before a little bit of time we have left, could you please remind the audience here, if they want to get more information, where should they go to get it?
So go into getheartchecked.org or womensheartalliance.org.
All right. Dr. Vman, thank you so much for joining us and sharing this very important information. And I assume you probably, with your background, you're there based in Chicago, but you probably do a lot of traveling around and educating on this topic in other places around the country.
I do, and you're in Detroit, right?
I am.
So we have a place in Michigan. So my husband has an office in Detroit. So we're there all the time.
Very good. Okay. All right. And then you'll be here.
And I'm sorry about the Lions, but go Wolverines.
We are too, but we know the
Yes,
whole
I
world
know.
was watching and rooting for us to a great extent. So we're coming back next year, and we're coming back strong.
Absolutely.
And feel free, you
Yep.
and your husband got to come here in April for the NFL draft. How about that?
That sounds good.
All
That
right.
sounds
Thank you, Dr. Vman.
Thank you.
All right. I'm Chuck
All right.
Stokes. We'll be back next week with more newsmakers in the spotlight. We hope you have a great week.